Welcome to episode 19 and a half, Patriots. We're going to do another midweek review this week of a video. And the video is going to be, as we have seen many times, I'm sure, released under the name Oliver Anthony Christopher's song Men North of Richmond. Now, this was originally released on Radio WV's YouTube channel. And so I will be linking that original video down in the comments. And one thing that I really enjoy is now that I live in this general area of Appalachia and having lived in Midwest as well, in Nebraska for a little over 5 years, is that I've really grown to appreciate the common person, the common struggles, the way that the majority of the country lives, not the way that the media tells you they live, not the way they live in these big congested cities where everybody's piled on top of each other, but I mean the real way people live, the communities. I mean, you can refer back to my video on rebuilding communities. The communities in these small towns in rural America are amazing communities to be a part of. And I understand their frustration. I grew up in Orange County, California, right? Like, I know what it's like to be around the cities. And if I had to pick going back to a big city or to live in a rural community somewhere, I would pick a rural community any day of the week, because there, at least people have each other's backs. People are looking after each other and they have a real community. And that's something that I crave. That's something that I think we all crave. But let's get the video pulled up. And I'm sure you've all heard it already, and I have as well. But I just wanted to watch it with you guys and give you the reaction. Also, I didn't mention last video, the artwork behind me is actually a piece of artwork done by Dr. Yuval Bibi, the rogue dermatologist. So I'll link his channel below as well as the link to the store where you can buy any of his artwork. He has plenty of good artwork. He also is going to be releasing more songs that we will review on this channel as well. So let's give this song a listen and we'll see how these words really hit.
Well, I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away.
It's the one thing that as workers go, job for me, and I learned this a while back, is kind of an acronym. It stands for just over broke. No company is going to pay you more than they have to keep you around. Now, if you bring enough value to a company and you can argue that you deserve a raise, by all means, make that argument. And if they don't want to pay you, take your skills somewhere else, right? The unfortunate thing, though, is that our current way of doing things has really robbed these rural communities of that choice. So they either need to leave everything they've known and move somewhere like a big city, which is a terrible place to find work, or they're just stuck where they are. And that a lot of that is because of decisions our government has made when it comes to free trade agreements and shipping our manufacturing overseas. We used to make stuff in this country that the average and common person could work in a factory and build and earn a decent wage. Those jobs are all gone. Now we just like to use slave labor somewhere else because we can feel better about it when it's somewhere else. So instead of doing the right thing and keeping manufacturing here and everybody just accepting, you know what, something might cost a little bit more, we really need to stop exporting our jobs, because the people in Appalachia and in these rural communities are literally dying. Drugs are running rampant, and it's because there's so little hope left. What are they supposed to do? Leave everything they've known and care about to go to a city they don't want to go to for a job that might pay more but also costs way more to live there? It's a bad choice. The only thing left is entrepreneurialism, but we need to bring manufacturing and primary employers back to the United States. Let's keep going.
Drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to.
Like we said, it's a damn shame that the world's coming to, right? What's their choice? Go to a job that barely pays them enough, go home and drown their sorrows. Whether it's drugs, alcohol, all kinds of things that are not good for the average person. But they're suffering, and it's the way that they handle the suffering.
For people like me, people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul.
I feel him on this. There are a lot of days where I feel like I was born into the wrong century. This modern way of doing things, shipping jobs everywhere else and just letting our own people suffer, it can't be the way that we do it. It's not sustainable. The only option left, the way things are going, is to make your own opportunities. Just work hard, keep working. Don't take time off. Don't take vacations. Just work. Work, and bring enough value to other people that you can be compensated for it well enough to live the life you want to live, because nobody's going to give it to you anymore. They're just not. And the people that promise that they are going to give it to you are lying to you, and you are going to become their slave. Don't do that.
These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control.
The government.
Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men north of Richmond.
And yeah, like you're saying, the dollar ain't shit because they target inflation every year, which compounds. So target inflation is 2% a year every year. If you get less than a 2% raise from your job every year, you're losing money. You're actually getting a pay cut. In real terms, you are getting a pay cut. And that is the way they have designed it. If you save money, but you don't invest it, and your savings are only giving you 1.5%, 2%, you're losing money every year. You need to educate yourselves on how to invest. You educate yourself and how to work within the systems that they've built, because if you don't, lose. It sucks, but that's the reality we have to operate in.
I wish politicians would look out for miners, and not just miners on an island somewhere.
I think the closed captioning got the first miners wrong. I think the miners he's talking about are mineral miners, coal miners, like miners, people that are working. The second one, though, they got it right. And this is making reference to Epstein and the people in power that tend to do depraved and just evil things to the people around them. Politicians should care about the people coal mining and care a lot less about your kids and influencing your kids. He's right.
Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down.
I understand his messaging here, right? We have people that can't afford to eat, but then we're giving government money to people who are morbidly obese, not even just a little bit overweight, right? Obesity is a problem of calories in versus calories out. If somebody is that obese, barring a medical condition, that is a discipline problem. That is not a resource problem. That is a discipline problem. They are choosing to spend the resources they have to feed themselves. Now, that could be a coping mechanism, right? I do this. It's something I have to be aware of. When I have a pain in my life, one of the ways that I try and fill that pain, I don't do drugs, but I eat for comfort, right? But I have to catch myself doing it and stop myself from doing it, because the end result of that is not good. It's death. It's unhealth. We need to start teaching more discipline and holding people accountable.
Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to.
That is.
People like me, people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is, living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control.
Well, and they get that control by convincing you to give it to them. And they do that by implementing policies that make your life worse. And then they come around and say, look, we know the problem. We can fix it. Just give us one more thing. Don't worry. We know what the problem is. Don't worry. We're from the government and we're here to help, right? And the rich men north of Richmond he's referring to is Washington, D.C. I'm like 99.9% certain that is who he's talking about. Because if he's in Virginia, the people in charge in Virginia are in Richmond. The people north of Richmond, that's Washington, D.C. And they are doing a terrible job. All of them. Both sides. They are not helping us.
Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men north of Richmond.
Some of these closed captions are just so wrong. There's no X-Men north of Richmond. But one of the lines that he's talking about where they don't think you know, but I know that you do. We're gaslit constantly. by government, by media, and everybody else. They just keep acting like we don't know any better. And even the average person knows that we are not better off now than we were decades ago. We're just not. We might have more technology. We might all have smartphones in our pockets. But if you look at our communities, if you look at the health of our society, we are not better off. We need the X-Men. Call the X-Men.
I've been selling my soul, working all day.
Cute puppy.
Overtime hours for bullshit pay.
Every time I hear that song, it hits. And for some reason, it hits a little bit different every time. And more and more, I feel like I'm being pushed to do something about it. And I don't mean, like storming the Capitol or doing something like that. I mean running for office. I mean local offices, right? The local offices that always get ignored, that are being taken over by people that are implementing just terrible policies. And we all need to be more involved. We can't just stand here and complain about the way things are without doing something about it. Now, Christopher's doing something about it. He's writing music. That music impacts culture. The culture is what we need to win back. Our culture is what's suffering. We all should just get together and help each other, care more about each other, do more for each other, rebuild those communities if we can. I appreciate you guys watching the video this week. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you wish and want to see more content like this. Also hit the little bell icon if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. Next week, or I guess this weekend, we're going to be continuing our series on our founding documents. This weekend's video will be, as we said in the end of the last video, about the Declaration of Independence and just some of the details around it that we really don't get taught about anymore. So I look forward to having that conversation with you, and that will come out on Saturday as usual. Now, if you have another topic that you'd like to see in the future, make sure to drop a comment down below and just let us know what you want to talk about. Go ahead and post comments about this video if you wish. I look forward to seeing you all in the future. Take care, everyone. God bless, and bye for now. Go ahead and check out one of the links on the screen now to either subscribe to the channel and see the rest of the videos of the channel, or one of the carefully selected videos that you may wish to see that YouTube has used its algorithm to select for you.